Today, we're talking about my passion, SalesBalls. This is my proprietary methodology, but it's a super easy way to think about where you are in the sales process or any customer renewal interaction. It's really all about making sure that you have your eye on three most critical variables in your sales process: need, value, and decision process. And so we'll walk through what those three SalesBalls are, how they work, and how you make sure that you have the information you need to secure that renewal and or that paperwork. Let's get to it.
So do you remember the sales balls? Keeping your eye on those three sales balls: need, value, and decision process. We're going to spend some time on these today, because a lot of this gets to some of those questions that you were asking, right? Like, how do I get below the surface? How do I really understand what they need to do, or how that's shifted over time? How do I apply a value proposition to that? Who else is waiting in the wings to, be the seagull that comes in and shits all over my deal, right? I want to make sure that we're talking about not just the person that we're working with, but all the people who live in the background. I'm glad to get a few chuckles out of you. Hopefully, I didn't offend anybody with my French language. So the sales balls are need, value, and decision process. And need is really around, what is the funded mandate? And it may not be funded like money. It may be more like, we bought this for cost savings, right? The thing that we have to do, and the implications of that thing that needs to get done. Maybe it was reducing emergency room visits or ED visits. We don't really want to be selling on that, right? That's not necessarily something that we can prove. So it might be that the thing that they thought they needed and we thought that we could actually help them with is no longer the thing that either we can do or that they need. Their own priorities might have shifted, right? There's some sort of insufficient resources, meaning without doing something or continuing to do something, their situation is going to get worse, right? And so the role that you play from a value perspective is showing a current customer that the cost of leaving is going to be very painful for them, right? In wherever they were, they're going to be losing ground. On the new logo side, right, it's more about the cost of inaction that is continuing to have them kind of go downhill. So the value sales ball is all about the client's ability to articulate value. So whatever it is that they are expecting, it's not how good we think we're doing. It's not how great our data looks. It's not how many times we have touch points with them. It's not how many meetings or calls they've been able to engage with us on. It's really that they can articulate, based on what they're trying to get out of this solution, how we're able to do that. And whether they're articulating it just for themselves or they're articulating it for their leadership, it also has to align with what that leader cares about, right? So that executive team, we might be knocking it out of the park for whoever bought this and is our primary point of contact. But if the executive leadership change has happened, or the executive priorities have happened, changed, and budgets are tight, it might be that those priorities have shifted at the executive level. And so we need to figure out what the new value proposition is to address those changing priorities. And then the decision process sales ball is all around who besides us or what besides us are they considering, right? If they are thinking about leaving, or if they, to ensure that they don't, are there other competitors, not just direct competitors, but competitors for their time, competitors for their dollars, really understanding how they think about what we do and whether there's anybody else internally in their organization or externally, like an actual competitor that could do something similar. But you also want to know things like who else is involved in evaluating whether you're going to continue working with us, or evaluating whether you're going to grow with us, right? Who we're delivering services to. But then you want to understand more, okay, once you understand who those people are, what's the role they're going to play? How are they going to connect with them? Is that part of evaluating ongoing support? Is it about shifting resources? What's their role? And then once you understand who those people or that person is, what do they care about? You kind of go back to that need sales ball, right? What do they need to see in order for this to show that we're doing what you all need as a business? How and when, where is that interaction going to happen?
If you've made it all the way through to this part of the recording, you are either a sales pro, a sales enablement pro, or certainly on your way to being. For more tips and tricks like this, follow me on my LinkedIn page, or you can like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, or both. Find me at Toying with This Idea. If you need coaching, whether it's for you as an individual or for your team, as well as things like training, tools, talk tracks, tech optimization, any of the things that are going to support your go-to-market effectiveness, you can also find me on LinkedIn or reach out to me via my website, Toying with This Idea. Get out there, go crush it, have fun.